So basically in zoology it was discovered that the female spider reproduces from the male spider, and then she kills him and throws him outside the home. And then when the kids grow, they also kill the mom spider and they throw her outside the home. Technically it was discovered that the spider's home is the most bizarre home, it's the worst home ever built. And it was described in the Quran in one verse. In Surah Al-Ankabut verse 41 it says, "And those who take allies other than Allah is like that of a spider who takes a home. And indeed the weakest of homes is the home of the spider, if only they knew," is how the verse ended. SubhanAllah, people always knew the physical weakness and the flimsiness of the spider's home. But only in this era were they able to make the connection and comprehend the moral and the spiritual weakness of the spider's home. Hence why at the end of that verse it says, "If only they knew." Still, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had named an entire chapter, an entire surah after this creature. He spoke about the actual spider in one verse. The rest of the surah was about fitan, sins and temptations. Literally, the second verse in Surah Al-Ankabut says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, "And do people think they're going to say, 'We believe,' but they're not going to be tempted or tested or tried?" Technically, what's the connection between sins and temptations and the spider's home and the spider's web? Why was that connection made in the Quran? If we actually ponder into it a little bit, we'll realize that the connection and the battle and the intertwinement of fitan and temptations is figuratively, it's like the spider's home, the spider's web. Temptations are everywhere. There's a lot of them, and sometimes they're very intertwined and connected, where sometimes it becomes very difficult for the fitan or temptations to be individually distinguished. And that's why the comparison was there. A human who falls into the trap of temptation and sins is like a human who figuratively falls into a spider's web, technically. Here's the thing, if we decide to leave that trap through seeking our Lord with His power and our will, that trap becomes very weak. Just like the spider's web, it gets demolished with the touch of a finger. SubhanAllah, I just thought that connection in the Quran was very fascinating, very interesting. May Allah protect us from any fitan and temptations there.